Hey everybody, welcome to the KetoMOM page. My name is Stephanie. We're going to talk about how to get back on track, what to expect when you're getting back on track, some things you might deal with as you're getting on track, and how long will it take me to get back on track. So that was the question that came in from Christy yesterday. And so Christy, this is for you and anybody else that is trying to figure out how to get back on track. So first of all, as you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? Let's see, it's a little past lunchtime depending on which time zone you're in. What did you have for lunch? And if you've been watching my stories, you can't really tell on the camera, but maybe you can. It's my husband's birthday today. So we are supposed to be not at home. If you don't know my family, my name is Stephanie. I have an incredible husband named Steve. We have 4 daughters. Very soon, our August is full of birthdays. So we have my husband's birthday and grandma's birthday and cousins and cousins and cousins and 2 girls. And then at the beginning of September, another daughter. Very soon, our girls will be 15, 13, 11, and then our 9-year-old is the baby. So here's what we're going to talk about. How to get back on track. Why did you fall off track? How to stay on track. All of the tracks. But again, if you're watching my stories, we should be doing something fun like mini golfing, and we were going to go axe throwing. And I joked about it. I'll have to share in my stories in a little bit, but it's Steve's birthday today. And we also live in a home full of naughty pine. Look at our home. This is in my room, like it's all over our whole house. And my husband always said, hey, I want to take off all the naughty pine. And I said, no, I love it. It's got a cabin feel. And then yesterday he's like, I'm ripping off this whole wall. And I was like, whatever. All right. I don't mind. He's really great at things and making things look. He's a visionary. My husband is a visionary. So he's out in the door outside. I didn't want to pressure him. I'm like, we can go play mini golf. We can go axe throwing. But he's loving tearing off the wood. And he's in a tractor. So we're also adding land to our home. So he's in the tractor. And I joke and I said, I married a backstreet boy. I'll have to show you the pictures of my stories when I'm done with this. I married a backstreet boy, and my current husband is Bob the Builder, as he turns 38 today. Not kidding. And he loves it. So that's what we're doing for right now. We'll do something fun later. So I'm going to give you a couple things. If you need to let me ask you this. Who needs to get back on track? If you need to get back on track, if you need either just to get started, whatever the case may be, this will be for you. Now, I need to pre-frame this. I need you to know something. I'm going to guess if I asked you today, okay, if you need to get back on track, what is it that you need to get back on track with? If you need to get back on track, post, what would be something super fun? Post an avocado. I just think, post an avocado in the comments. If you need to get back on track. I don't know. Just something fun. So if you do, and if I were to say, all right, Christy, what do you think that you need to do in order to get back on track? So whether it's with food or the gym, wherever you fall on your health journey, what do you need to do to get back on track? If you want to answer that below, I'd love for you to tell me. Anybody have an answer? Here's where I'm at. Here's what I need to do. So I want you to know something. I'm going to give you some very simple steps to get back on track. And you might be like, I knew that. But wait, what's the secret? There isn't a secret. We could go, well, remember your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to get healthy? What is the reason that you want to get back on track, right? We don't have to go down that route. I talk a lot about mindset in the mornings, but remembering your why, remembering expectations. You're not going to get where you want to be overnight. You didn't get here overnight. You're not going to get there overnight, right? So what is your why? Expectations of how long this is going to take, and realizing that you're going to fail. I say the only way you fail is if you quit, but you're going to have roadblocks, or you're going to have things that come up. You're going to have parties. You're going to have a day where you just don't feel like it. And just because it's one day or one mix-up doesn't wreck everything. All right, so if we put that out of the way, here's a couple things to get back on track real quick. Number one, if we're talking about your food, I want you to go when we're done here, and I want you to go download MyFitnessPal or a carb counter or something to track your food, because if you visibly cannot, like I'll say, don't eat if you're not hungry, don't overeat, you don't need to be snacking if just in between meals. But if those things don't work, if your mind is like, but I don't know if I'm hungry or not, but the food is in front of me, so I feel like I'm hungry. So I can't track your food for you, and I physically can't even say this is how much you should be eating per your body weight. So go to MyFitnessPal, go to Carb Counter, put in your weight and your height and your gender and your age and your activity level, and it's going to suggest here's how much food you should be eating. And I say that you don't have to do that for the rest of the year, but if you do that for a certain amount of time, it's going to help you control your food. It's going to help you visibly see what you're eating. So that's one step. Easy. It's not always fun. It takes a little bit more time, but if you physically cannot stay away from food, then you're going to have to track your food. And if all you do is grab a Sharpie and you write everything down that you eat, and you keep it, you know, in your planner or on your desk or in your car, so you don't go through, like if you keep it in your pocket every day. I've got 4 dogs too, so 4 dogs are doing work in the other room, and 4 kids, you're probably going to hear something. If you're looking at me and thinking, you look silly, I had a spray tan today. I'm in a wedding this weekend. So if I said you physically have to write down everything that you eat, you might second guess grabbing that bag of M&Ms because you have to write it down. The next level of accountability to get back on track is finding accountability. So let's say you track your food and then check in with somebody. Send it to me. I have people that send me their food lists and their logs every day at night. Send it to your friend or your coworker and go, hey, I really want to lose 20 pounds. I really want to lose 30 pounds. Whether you do it with me or not, I'm going to send you my foods list because it holds me accountable. If you see me grabbing something, say, hey, Christy, why are you doing that? You told me you have goals. So tracking your food, finding accountability partners. In order to get back on track, you could do a fast. You could do a cleanse. I talk a lot about a 60-hour keto reboot. So we do this every single month. It's legitimately a 60-hour fast. It has everything in the kit. It's got ketones, it's got your electrolytes, it has your dinner, your lunch and your dinner, which is a broth. So we have a kit for that. If you want to do something like that, if you want to know more about the reboot, just post reboot in the comments. And so we'll be doing that. Is it this Sunday? I coach people all the time whenever they want to do it, but I think it's this Sunday that we start. I need to look at my calendar. So if you want to do a longer extended fast to kind of kick some of the cravings, that's super helpful. We actually have a 60-hour fast and a 24. So, and the reason there are kits is because it helps you not just do water, but it physically gives you the ketones and electrolytes and things to actually give you some energy throughout the day, so you're not like trying to fast and have a successful day on water. Most people don't succeed very long on a water fast. So I think they're great. I do them once a month, sometimes a 24 in between there. So that's another way to kick yourself into gear, right? Also, I would say, I talk about this often. I drink ketones every single day. I will say this, if you don't have a tool to keep you on track, so it could be writing your food down, it could be eliminating food, like out of sight, out of mind. So the next thing I'm going to say is, if your goal is to truly get back on track, then look at all of the temptations you have in your house or at your office and get rid of them. So empty out the candy drawer, get rid of the cookies, get rid of the thing that you are going to go to. Mine is chips, so I would have to get rid of the chips. Like I like salty. Is this making sense? And at any point in time, if you're like, this really helps me with my cravings and this really helps me get back on track, share your tip below. So what helps you get back on track or stay on track? I'm sorry, it's going to be loud for a little bit. So I need to know, this is not about just me. Thank you for sharing. What helps you get on track or get back on track? If you want to know more about the reboot, post reboot, and Kathy, I will message you as soon as we're done. So it's really an incredible tool. So getting stuff out of sight, out of mind, getting rid of the cravings and the temptations, like there is an aspect of discipline to this, right? You don't just fall back on track, and it's actually not easy. So some expectations of getting back on track are, you're going to have cravings. I drink ketones every day. I've been drinking ketones for 7 years. So when I first started, I started with ketones. I watched my husband do the keto diet for 2 years and going up and down and thinking like your body has to make ketones. Sometimes they don't. Like if you're just doing the keto diet, it could take a few days, if not a week, for your body to make ketones if it's going to. You will need plenty of water. So the expectations are you have to drink plenty of water. However, you're getting back on track. You're going to want electrolytes if you're doing low carb. It could be pickle juice. It could be Himalayan salt. I've got an electrolyte packet in my Reboot. So the expectations are you could be crabby. You could have cravings. You could get a headache. You could, like, all of the things that you're like, I'm used to eating sugar every day, or I'm used to eating this, or I'm trying not to drink the sugary stuff in my coffee. So when you eliminate something and your body doesn't have it, the expectation is my body might crave it. I might feel hangry. I might get frustrated. I see it and I want it, and I have to realize my why is bigger than my want, and I'm going to say no, and I'm going to choose a better option. How long will it take for your body to adapt? It could be a couple days. It could be a week. Everybody's different. It depends. If you work in a donut store, you might never get over it because you're smelling it, but you're trying not to eat it. So there's not like a layout of the expectations are, could be crabby, could be hangry, could be frustrated, could be sore after your workout, could be like headaches. And if you drink plenty of water, out of sight, out of mind, go for some walks, have accountability, and have some electrolytes, all of those things will help a lot. There's little things you can do. And you might not think about this, but like going to bed early so you're not nighttime snacking, that will help you get back on track, right? Getting up in the morning with enough time to just be peaceful and mindful and take some time to own your morning, that might keep you on track so you're not running through a drive-thru or grabbing that muffin at the coffee shop. If you can give yourself some time to truly be aware and to get focus of why you're doing something and give yourself some time to make choices, it will help immensely. So I wrote down tracking your food, doing different types of fasts, getting the temptations out, drinking ketones. This helped me every single day for 7 years. I will never not drink it. I'm actually drinking one right now. And so if you don't want to drink something or have something like ketones to keep you on track, like I don't go through the keto flu. I have energy because my body might not be making ketones, but if I were to have a bad day, like let's say I ate a whole bunch of pizza yesterday, I'm going to feel it like, oh, that was a bad choice. But I can drink ketones and I'm back on track today because it helps with my cravings, it helps with my energy, it helps with my focus. It's not going to take like a discomfort of like a ridiculous amount of pizza that I ate, but it's going to get me back on track. So if you don't want a tool for that, you just have to realize it takes some days for your body to get out the junk and to keep moving forward. If you want to know more about ketones, I drink it every day, once or twice. It helps with your energy and your focus and your appetite control and your cravings and all of the things. I will never not drink it. And there's different ways you can trial it. So I've got some variety packs. You can try some of my favorite flavors. So just post trial in the comments. I mean, this is a tool. So it's a tool that I will always use between rebooting once a month or doing a 24-hour fast and then drinking this every single day. Keeps me on track. So you can post trial in the comments and we can chat. Otherwise, realizing that you know what to do, it's just a matter of like, all right, right? Like you've got to go, I can do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Finding a level of accountability, sending message to a support system. I can help you with that. If you just need to get started and you've never done anything, you can post food in the comments and I'll give you a basic, like, here's how I started. Here's a couple breakfast options. Here's a couple lunch options. Here's a little video that I made years ago that talks about how I got started with 8 steps. If you want that, if I've never sent you it's a really basic foods list, nothing fancy. We keep things super simple. So you can post food in the comments. Yep. For the first day, for the first year, I took 1 packet a day. It comes in caffeine or caffeine free. If you are caffeine set, like if you drink no caffeine at all, you would do the caffeine free. The caffeine actually helps with the uptake of ketones. So the first year, I got up in the morning, I ate eggs, I did the best I could with my food. About 10 or 11 o'clock, I drank my ketones, I drank all of my water, and I focused the best that I could on my food choices. And then a year later, after drinking 1 packet a day, I joined a gym. And so I started drinking 2. I got up earlier. So I drink 1 early in the morning, and then I drink another one at like 2 or 3. It just depends on my day. Not every day, but you can do what you want. Some people, like I said, have coffee in the morning and energy drinks later in the day, or coffee in the morning and a whatever later in the day. I just drink 2 of these. Different flavors. I call it my mom fuel. It's incredible. So any questions that you have on ketones, you can ask any questions below. You can ask any questions that you have in general about keto, low carb, how to get started, this lifestyle, whatever questions you want to ask away. I will come back later and I'll share more about the reboot system because we'll be starting this next week. So as I coach people through it, I'll be sharing more about this. And you can do it whenever you want to. So if it's a reboot or a fast, just post reboot in the comments. And here's what I will tell you. Some people will say, okay, Stephanie, I want to get back on track, but I don't know if I'm really want to do a long-term fast. I don't know if I actually cannot physically eat for that long. And I get it because I didn't fast, or I never even intermittent fasted for probably 3 years into this journey. I was like, I cannot not eat. So when our company created the fast, I was like, oh my goodness. And my girls even said, Mom, I don't think it's a good idea for you. And I totally did it. So, but I didn't start like this. I tell people, if there's a place you want to start, I encourage more people to start with drinking ketones 1 or 2 a day. We're going to work on your food. We're going to up your water intake. We're going to move your body if you physically can do that. And we're just going to work on making a lifestyle choice. And then you can try a fast maybe next month. Wherever you want to get started, you get in where you fit in. I'll help you with your goals and we'll move forward at your pace. So however you want to get started, I'm here to help. Remember, the expectations are this. Everybody's bodies are different. And so what works for you could be different for other people, but you know what you need to do. It's cutting out some of the junk. It's the expectations of it could take a little bit for your body to realize you're not getting the junk anymore. So it could affect the way you feel. And whether it's 2 days or a week, or whether it's 1 day, or just understanding, like, a lot of it is mindset of discipline and realizing I'm going to do this no matter what. I want to feel good, so I'm going to do it no matter what. So thank you for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to finish my ketones and then take my husband on a fun family date when he is done playing Bob the Builder, which I said, listen, it's your birthday. You can do whatever you want, and I know you're having fun. So thank you for tuning in. Your presence matters. I will talk to you very soon. Send me a message with any questions you have, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.